Hey, welcome back. In this video, we will discuss about the for loops in Python. Okay, so in Python, we have two different types of loops. One of them is the for loop, another one is the while loop, which we will discuss in the upcoming videos. Okay, so what exactly is a loop inside of a programming language? Whenever we want to do certain things repeatedly inside of a programming language, we use the loops to do so. So I have an example here. So as you can see, here I am inside of the Amazon and I have searched for guitar. And here, as you can see, we are having all of these cards. Okay. And see, all of the cards has the title, has the images, and so on and so forth. So the cards have the structure. To render all of these cards at once, what it basically does, it grabs all of the data, structures that, and puts down that data inside of a loop and renders out all of these at once. Okay, so all of the cards have the title, have the images, have the price, and so on and so forth. So this is a proper use case of a loop. Okay, I'll just close it out here. Also, in case if you want to just print out the numbers from 1 to 10, how you can do that? You use a loop for that. Okay. So a for loop inside of the Python used for iterating over a sequence that is either a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set, or a string. So we haven't discussed about the tuples, list, and so on. We will discuss about those, but currently we are familiar with the strings, so we will be using strings for our for loops. Okay. This is less like the for keyword in other programming languages and works more like an iterator method as found in other object-oriented programming languages. Okay. With the for loop, we can execute a set of statements once for each item in a list, tuple, set, or a string. Okay. The for loop does not require an indexing variable to set beforehand. In case if you have some knowledge about other programming languages and how they write the loops, in that case you will familiar with they need an indexing variable for the loops. But here inside of the for loop in Python, we do not need that. Okay, so let's write a for loop here. So for example, let's declare a variable called fruit equals to, let's add banana or apple. Okay, and here we can write a for loop to iterate over all of these characters. So how we can do that? We have to write the for, and then we have to give the name of the iterable basically. So I can do something like character. Okay, in what? Currently right now we are having this fruit, right? So in fruit. Okay, and then we have to add the colon, and then we have to go to the next line to write our code. And once again, see the indentation here, we have to press the tab key, right? Inside of VS Code, the indentation is automatically applied. All right, and here I can just print the character. Okay, simple enough, right? Hit save and run the program. As you can see here, we are getting a pple. Okay, so this is how we can write a for loop in Python. Okay, this is simple enough. Also, in case if you want to do something like, hey, times 10, something like that. So if I just run the program once again, and we are getting a something like that. Okay, so we can do many of the things like this. Okay, so this is basically iterating over the string, and for each of the characters, we are printing out the characters times 10, basically, right? So this name can be anything. Now, in case if you want to change this character to something else, so what we can do inside of VS Code, we can hit the F2 button and let's do something like X. Okay, hit enter. As you can see, this is changed and this is changed as well. Okay, awesome. So now we can do the same thing. But once again, for this variables, I like to use a very descriptive name here, something like letter or character or something like that. Okay, so let's do once again F2, and let's do, okay, all right. So now how we can iterate over a range of numbers. So what we can do, we can write the for loop once again. So for number in, and we have to provide the range here. So we have the range function. I know we do not know about the range functions in detail. We will discuss about the range function in the upcoming video. So let's write range, okay, and let's do 10, okay. And here I can just print the number. All right. So this is fair enough. So what do you think will happen? I will just comment out this one. All right. So now let's run the program. So we are getting 0 to 9. So this 10 is excluded. Okay. We will discuss about the behavior of the range function in the upcoming video. Okay. Also, what we can do, we can give it a starting point as well. So if I just hover over to the range function, okay, this is not showing that much, but if I just go here and control space, okay, this is not showing anything at all. Sometimes VS Code shows many of the things here, but currently right now, what we can do, we can give it a starting number as well. So start from 1 and end it at 10, okay? And this 10 is excluded, okay? In case if you want to print the 10 as well, you can go up to 11. All right, so run the program. As you can see, currently right now, we are starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are going to 10. Okay, this is how we can print the numbers here. So we have discussed about the for loops inside of this video, how we can iterate over a string, and also how we can print out a range of numbers as well. Okay, once again, we do not have to declare a variable here. We can just do something like banana. Okay, something like this. This will work as well. So if I just run the program, as you can see, we are getting all of these here. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. So let's do fruit here. Okay, all right. So this is the for loop in Python.